Okay, good morning. As discussed, today we'll start credit management. Credit management is all about managing the credit limits of the customer. So that is when we talk it in layman words, it is managing the credit limits to the customer. So when I say credit limits, why we give credit limit to the customer? Suppose as a company, I have customers A, B, C, and D. Now customer A is my frequent buyer and he does a lot of transactions with me. So he buys a lot of, he places a lot of orders. So just I wanted to retain this customer. So that is the reason I would offer him a credit limit. Say maybe I'll offer, okay, I'll give you 1 lakh euros of credit limit for you to transact with me. So what is this 1 lakh euros? So that means up to 1 lakh euros, the customer can buy the product without having paying the amount upfront. Okay, so he can just like your credit card. Suppose ICICI has given me a credit card with a limit of 1 lakh. So that means I can buy anything using that card up to 1 lakh. And after using my limit or after using my card, I'll be given some 45 days to repay the amount. So just to encourage my customer to buy more and just to retain the customer, I offer credit limits. Okay, so before getting into the SAP configuration of credit limits, we need to understand, okay, first what value system considers for checking credit limit. Okay, what value system considers for checking credit limit. Okay, we will understand these first. The second, okay, what exactly prerequisites. So before configuring my credit management, what are the settings that I need to have in the system? Okay, to configure credit management, what are the prerequisites or pre-configurations that I have to do? And third and most important, okay, like what are open orders, what are open deliveries, okay, what are open deliveries and what are open invoices, okay, what are open invoice and what are open items. So we need to have an understanding of all these terms before getting into the configuration of credit management. And last, and what are risk categories. So first we will understand these, then we will get into the credit management configuration. Okay, so just we will see one by one and we will try to understand what are all these terms. Okay, and then just we'll get into credit management and we will see the result. Okay, we will see the result. Now, what value system considers while checking the credit limit? So to understand this, say for example, understand this is the same concept which is going to be used rest of the session. Okay, for the next 3-4 days we are going to use the same concept. Say let us assume I have given a customer 1000 euros credit. That means this customer can buy any product up to 1000 euros, I mean 10,000 euros rather. So in our yesterday's session, if you remember, we have created an order. This is the order which we have created yesterday, where my PR00 is 10,000. Just pay attention. Okay, where my PR00 is 10,000. That is my customer selling price is 10,000. In the same way, I have two discounts that I have given two discounts to the customers. Just I am referring to the order which we have created yesterday. So that discount is 500 and 1000. So the total discount is 1500. So post discount, the customer is the customer has to pay 8500. On this we have some freight charges are there. So we have around 300 euros as my freight charges. My freight component is KF00. Okay, KF00 is my freight component. So after freight, my total amount becomes 8800. Now on this I have some taxes are levied. So usually for calculation simplification, we have taken 10% of taxes. Okay, just if you see here, we have 880 as my tax amount. So 880 as my tax amount. Now the total, when it comes to the total, the customer has to pay 9,680. 9680. Now here we have four different values. If you only look at the price, it is 1000. If you look at the price after discount, it is 8500. If you look at the price after considering your delivery charges, it is 8800. And after taxes, the final amount the customer needs to pay is 9680. So for example, let us imagine you have given a customer a credit limit of I'm changing the value now, 9,000 euro. Okay. Now let us imagine a scenario. You have given the customer a credit limit of 9,000 euros and you have updated the customer. You can buy anything up to 9,000. Now, and imagine the customer has placed this order. The customer has placed this order. Now, whether this order will be passed or not, that is the question. So, whether this order will be passed or not. So, I have given a customer a credit limit of 9,000 and this is the order the customer has placed. So, if the system considers this value to check against the credit limit, the order will not be passed, right? So, if system considers this value, because this is 10,000, but my credit limit is only 9,000, so order will not be passed. But if system consider this value or this value, okay, which are less than 9,000, less than credit limit, okay, if system consider either this value for checking credit limit or this value, the order will be passed. But again, if the system considers this value with taxes, which is more than 9,000, then the order will not be passed. So in a typical sales order, I have multiple net values with appropriate components. So this value is my selling price after discounts. This value is my price after discounts and my delivery charges. This value is my price, my discounts, my freight charges plus my taxes. Now the question comes. So just we are talking about this. Which value system will consider for checking the credit limit? So you can actually define which value we have to use for checking the credit limit. So how do we tell the system that, okay, you need to consider this particular value for checking the limit, whatever we have offered to the customer. So you can define it using the subtotal field in your pricing. Okay, the subtotal field in your pricing. So just if you go to your pricing procedure, okay, if you go to your pricing procedure, just we are using the standard pricing procedure itself. Okay, for practice we have created multiple procedures, but after that just we started using again the standard one, so that just we'll have a better understanding. So if you go to the standard pricing procedure, what is the standard? RV-AA01. This is the procedure. Now go to control. Just I'll go to change mode. Now if you see, just observe the subtotal field. Observe subtotal field. So when we were discussing pricing procedure, we have discussed this field, but now you will understand the importance of this field. If you see here, I have maintained subtotal after taking into consideration of even my taxes. So let us assume this is my pricing procedure. Okay, maybe my pricing procedure has got only some 4 or 5 conditions. Now I'll place A against the value after summing my taxes. So in my subtotal, I'll maintain A against here. Let us assume this is my step 10, this is my 20, this is my 30, okay, this is my 40, 50. Okay, let us assume there is one more condition type, 70, 80, 90 and 100. So I'll maintain subtotal against my step 100 because this value, okay, I wanted to consider the value that comes after your discounts, after your freight amount, after your taxes. I wanted to consider the final value which the customer has to pay. So against that particular step number, I'll maintain the subtotal as A. So what does this actually does? What is the importance of this subtotal? The subtotal tells you the system, okay, the value that is there in step 100. Okay, the value that is there in step 100 should be considered while checking the credit limits. Okay, should be considered while checking the credit limits. So this answers the first question, like which value system should consider. Okay, which value system should consider while checking the credit limit. So when I have maintained subtotal A against here, so when this order is processed, then system will check this value. Okay, what is the value again in step 100? 9,680. So this 9,680 is compared against your credit limit. In this case, my value at step 100 is crossing more than my credit limit. So in this case, I can define whether to block this order, block this transaction or not. So the first question is answered. So you can define what value system considers for checking the credit limit using the field in pricing procedure, that is subtotal. So this is the most important point. So if the question can be like this: what is the parameter that we have in pricing that is actually related to credit management? If that is the question, or maybe just don't bother even about interview, but understand the concept. The parameter that is there in pricing that is actually related to credit management is your subtotal. So any value for which we have maintained subtotal A, that value is considered to check the credit exposure. Okay, my credit limit is 9,000 and this value is 9,680. So this order is beyond my credit limit. Now I can decide what I need to do. So this is the first concept. So what value needed to be considered and what are prerequisites? So now just we'll discuss prerequisites. How many places, like we have seen enterprise structure, we have seen customer master, we have seen material master, we have seen CMIR, we have seen document controls like order, delivery, invoice, we have seen copy controls, we have seen pricing, and we have even seen revenue account determination. Now, out of all these topics, how many places we have seen a word related to credit? Okay. In enterprise structure, do we have anything related to credit? Do we have anything that is related to credit?
Credit control area.
Excellent. So in enterprise structure, we have defined credit control area and we have done the respective assignments. So before configuring credit management itself, at the time of defining enterprise structure, we have defined credit control area and we have assigned it. So here you can see define credit control areas. So here what we have done is we have defined credit control areas like C00, C000 and D00. So the first and foremost is define and assign credit control area. So what is credit control area? Credit control area, maybe in layman words, it is a group of people or it is a department which is actually responsible for managing the credit limits of the customer. So for time being, understand like this and we will see the importance of this going forward. So we have defined two credit control areas, okay, D00 and D000 and C000. And we are going to discuss one more. What is centralized credit? Okay, we have a concept called centralized and decentralized. What is centralized credit check and what is decentralized credit check? Or what is centralized credit management and decentralized credit management? So when we discuss this, we will again come here and we will understand why two are created, why two credit controls areas are created. We will understand that. So in the first step, we have defined and we have assigned. So what are the assignments for credit control area? Where did we assign this credit control area? We have assigned this credit control area to the company code. Okay, you have assigned this credit control area to the company code. So just if you see here, my German company code has assigned with credit control area D000. In the same way, my Canadian I have not maintained. You can maintain for C000 company code. Okay, so this one C000 company code, you have assigned the credit control area that is responsible for Canada. So as I said, credit control area is nothing but it is either group of people or a department which actually takes care of your credit limits. So this is the first point. And do we have any other assignments for the credit control area?
No, sir.
No? Wonderful. Okay, we have assigned your credit control area to even sales area. So we have assigned my credit control area even to the sales area. So when it comes to assignment, so my German sales area is assigned with the German credit control area. In the same way, my Canadian sales area is assigned with my Canadian credit control area. Okay, as of now, assume that each company code has got its own department or its own group of people who are responsible for making or taking the decisions related to credit control area. So that is, this is a configuration we have done in enterprise structure. So where else we have seen? Where else we have seen words related to credit? So do we have anything in customer? Do we have anything in material? Or do we have anything in CMIR? Words related to credit? Do we have anything in customer? Okay. So for testing, I have already created some 4 customers which I wanted to use exclusively for credit management. So that is the reason just I have maintained CR, and I have created new set of materials which I wanted to use for the testing of credit management. So just to try and make a habit, just create your own set of master data, because uh, you wanted to check how the credit limit, because if you use the already created customers for which you have done the transaction, you may not be able to analyze the impact of credit limits on the transactions that you create. You will understand it slowly. Okay, so just create your own set of customers and materials. Now, do we have anything in customer master? So this is a customer which we are going to use for our initial testing. So I'll go to the customer master. So this is what we may have maintained in enterprise structure. We have defined and we have assigned credit control area. Now just I'll go to customer master. This is the customer master. So if you want to make this customer active or relevant for credit management, you have to tell the system what is the credit control area he should be using. Okay, what is the department he should be using. Say for example, this customer is there in both Germany and Canada. So whenever this customer is in German sales area, you will maintain German credit control area, and whenever this customer is in for Canadian sales area, you will use Canadian credit control area. So now just I'll extend this customer. I'll extend this customer to Canada. So just how you can do it, how you can extend this customer. So go to XD01 transaction. Okay, just okay, what is the parameter that we have in customer master that is related to credit control area? we assign the respective credit control area in the customer master. Okay, the respective credit control area in the customer master billing tab. Now what I am doing, I am extending this customer which is already created for German entity. Okay, now I am extending this customer even to Canadian entity. So what does it mean? It means this customer not only buys from your German entity, but he also buys from Canadian entity. So everything is same. So now just you can see the company code is Canadian company code, that is C00. Now when he does any transaction, in your from your Canadian entity, I want system to consider this credit control area. Okay, so for this particular Canadian entity, I have a separate credit limit, a credit control area. So in customer master, okay, you maintain credit control area in your billing tab. Okay, so this is another place where you have link, okay, to credit management. So you have in customer, you have we maintain credit control area in your sales area data billing tab. Okay, yeah, okay. In customer master, we have this place. Do we have anything related to credit in material? No. Okay, so your credit limits are always based on the customer. It doesn't matter whether he buys a phone or it doesn't matter if he buys a laptop. Just use your logical understanding. So a bank has given me credit card. So with that credit card, I can buy any product. Okay, I can buy any product. So they will not restrict, okay, you will get the limit if you buy only this particular product. Yes, but there are cases where the companies can tell you, okay, if you buy only this product, you can use credit limits. That we will discuss at later point of time. But at a broader level, the customer will be given a credit limit to buy any material from your company. So we don't have anything to related to credit management in either in material or in CMIR. Okay. Now, do we have any controls in documents? Okay. Do we have any controls in document? Like to give an example, a document type. Okay. Have you seen any word? So just what is the document type here? Yes, please. It's okay, just you can tell, even if it is wrong, we can discuss. Okay, let me. So we have two controls at the document header level. So while discussing Vivo V8, we have not discussed these two controls. Maybe at that time I might have told you that we are going to discuss these two during credit management. So you have this section. Sorry. Check credit limit and check credit group. We now just we will see what are these two and we will understand what are the options available, and we will even understand what is the significance or what is the impact. Okay, so maybe if you select check credit limit, we have some 4 options. Okay, we have some 4 or 5 options, so you can use any of these options. Don't go about these descriptions now. We will see what are these one by one. In the same way, so this is check credit limit. In the same way, we have credit groups. Okay, in the same way, we have even options for credit groups. So we have control that are related to credit management even in document type level. So how many controls? 2 controls are there. Check credit limit and check this credit group. Okay. Now, do we have any controls in item category? Do we have any control that is related to item category? Guys, you need to revise. You need to practice more and more and more. Okay. You should be able to recollect. So if you go to item category, okay, you have credit active. Okay, in item category level, you have credit active. Suppose I am giving something to the customer as free. What is the item category for free goods? What is the item category for free goods? TANN. So just if I'm giving some product as free, I don't want to use that value to be updated in credit management. So the same material, but if it is being processed as a free goods, I don't want system to consider that value while checking my credit limit. So that is the reason it is not checked. But if the same material, we will see this in testing. And if the same material as processed as a normal product, then I wanted system to consider this value when it checks credit limit. So at item category level, you have an indicator, okay, which is called credit active. Do we have anything in schedule lines? What are schedule lines? Schedule lines gives you information about your delivery dates and delivery quantities. So it is not related to your amount. Okay, so just we don't have anything related to credit management even in schedule lines. And your delivery header and delivery item, we don't have any controls that are related to credit. And invoice, we'll take it separately. So the controls we have related to credit, we have at header level and we have at item category level. And what is another which we have seen in pricing procedure? Okay, just now we have seen in pricing procedure, we have subtotal. And what is the subtotal that is related to credit management? Subtotal A. Okay, subtotal A. So subtotal A will tell you which value system should consider. Okay, which value system should consider while checking your exposure. Okay, while checking your exposure. If I see, if I maintain subtotal A against this step 100, that means the value that is there in this step 100 will be used for checking your credit exposure. Okay, now, so this will give you an understanding of what value system considers and what are prerequisites. Now we are going to discuss what is this. So this is the most important, and this will be used as a basis. Okay, this will be used as a basis for checking your credit exposure. Now, imagine a situation. Okay, now let me just, we are now discussing the third point. Okay, first understand. So we are discussing what is open orders. Okay, what is open deliveries, or what are open deliveries, what are open invoices, and what are open items. Now, suppose a customer has placed an order. Now, just let me create an order. Okay, as I said, I have created a customer and a material which I wanted to use exclusively for credit management. You will understand slowly. Okay. Now just I am creating an order in for my German entity using this customer and this material. Okay. Now just using this customer and this material. Okay. Maybe by the time I should have posted stock. Okay. By the time it comes, I'll post the stock. Just before this session only, I have created these materials. Okay. So just I will go and post the stock. Migo. Okay. When I try to post the stock, which unit of measure is considered? So I am trying to post a stock for this material. Okay. I wanted to post stock for this material. Material LG FERT CR00. Okay. This is so the naming convention is this material is for LG chemicals and FERT represents it is a finished product, and I have created this material for testing for credit. Okay. Now just I am using this material. So the moment I press enter. Okay, the moment I press enter, I'll try and just I wanted to post some 1000. So what is this 1000? Whether it is a tons, whether it is kgs, whether it is pallets, or whether it is these are boxes or these are bottles. Okay, which unit of measure usually system will take here?
Tons.
Yes. So tons is your basic unit of measure, okay, in which you actually maintain, okay, you actually maintain the inventory of this particular product. So just I'll try and post it in my German plant and the just German storage location. Just I'll check and I'll post it. Now we'll create an order and we'll complete the cycle, and we will see what is exactly open orders means and what are open deliveries, what are open invoices, and what are open items. Now just I'll post this stock and now just we'll see this transaction. So today is just an introduction, and as you know, those who are with me, we actually don't discuss definitions, or we don't go by PowerPoint presentations or anything like that, and we don't discuss theory. We'll understand the concept. You try to write it down in your own language and practice it to explain. So SAP, nobody checks your English knowledge, okay, English fluency. Okay, nobody bothers. Okay, they try whether you are able to communicate the concept in understandable language or not. Okay, now let us create an order. So just I wanted to create an order for this customer and this material. Now, so this is my customer. Okay, now just I am doing testing for credit. Okay, this is my test case 1. Especially for pricing and credit management, at least you may have to create 30 to 40 orders or transactions if you want to understand the concept. Okay, every control that you have, if you want to test every control, you may have to create at least 30 to 40 orders. That is why just I have written 1. You are going to see how many orders we are going to create by the time I finish. Okay, now just I am creating an order for this customer. Okay, for this material, this is a quantity. It doesn't matter at item level. It doesn't matter what is the material and what is the quantity when it comes to the credit management. Now, just a minute. Let this compile. So this is very most important topic. Okay, if you are already experienced persons, then just you will have issues related to credit management. I'm going to explain 1 or 2 issues at the end when we discuss incidents or tickets. And if you are going into implementation project, people would expect you to configure credit management as per the business requirement. And suppose if you are a fresher, definitely, people will ask questions, okay, related to credit management, because this is such a vital concept. Okay, just like your pricing, credit management is also very important. Now just I am creating a order. So just I will only take my selling price. Okay, I'll take 10% as my tax. And okay, understand, I have done changes to this condition type. That is why it is allowing me to maintain it manually. Otherwise, in the real world, you are not, or you cannot change the tax that gets determined automatically. Since we have not discussed the tax determination, till that time just I have made this particular field as manual, so that is the reason it is allowing. So I have maintained the selling price of this product as 1000 euros per ton. So just I am manufacturing this product for 1000 euros per ton, and I am selling this product to 2000 euros per ton. So 1000 is my manufacturing price and I'm selling it at 2000. Just I'll take round figures so that it would be easy for us to calculate. So the total is 20,000, my price is 20,000 and my tax is 2000. So what is the value that system considers now? System considers this 22,000, okay, 22,000 when it checks the credit limit. Going forward, we will even take the other components just like your freight and discounts. Now I'm saving this order. So I have created an order, okay, and with this customer and material, and I have saved. So open orders means an order is created but not delivered. So open order means order is created but not delivered. So the transaction to check the open orders, okay, remember these transactions, very important. Okay, the transaction to check the orders means, open orders means orders are created but not delivered. You can see the transaction to create, the transaction to check your open order is VA05. So just I'll go here. So the transaction which you can use to check your open orders is VA05. You need to remember even this transaction. This is a this transaction is a report transaction. So now just I wanted to see open orders, open sales orders, and I wanted to see what are the orders that are created for this customer or not yet delivered. Or open orders means order created but not yet delivered. Okay, so just I'll enter this, and if you execute this transaction, system will try and see. This is, say, test credit is the order that what we have created just now. Okay, and this is created with a net value 20,000. Okay, you can see, okay, for this customer there is one order which is open. Order that is open means an order is created but not delivered. Okay, so that is the reason just I can see this particular transaction, or I can see this particular order in my open orders list. Okay, in my open orders list. What is the transaction? Maybe just, okay. So this is the report what you are seeing, but see, this is the document number. So 20309 is an open order. Open order means order is created but not yet delivered. Now just so now just I presume just you understood what is open order. Now I'll create the delivery, then again just we'll see how system will treat this. Now I'll create the delivery for this particular order, /n VA02. I'll create a delivery for this order. Just simply I can go from here. Okay, and maybe yes, here even we are going to discuss a concept called update groups as well. Okay, update groups. So once we discuss everything, then just we'll get into the configuration. As I said, we'll first understand the concept, okay, from layman's point of view, then just we'll get into the SAP. Now just okay, we know why this message is coming. Now just I'll change the date to the future date. Maybe just I wanted this. I wanted everyone to understand what is the difference between your delivery date and PGA date. Hope everyone has got understanding. Okay. Now I have created delivery. I have not done the picking and I have not done the goods issue, but I have created delivery. Now let us see. Let us execute this report again. Okay, let us execute this report again. VA05. And we'll see whether do we have any open orders are there for this customer or not. So do we get anything now? Do we have any orders that are open for this customer now? Because we have created one order, but we have already delivered it. So do we get that particular order number here? So just if I execute, you don't get it, any order. Earlier we have got order because that order was not delivered. Still that order was open. So that is the reason just you are getting that order in the list of open orders. Here just you can select open orders. But if you select all orders, then you will get that order number. So this is the order that what we have created for that particular customer. But if you select the open orders, means only order is created and we have not done any subsequent transactions, like I have not created the delivery for this order. So that is the reason just it is not updated. Now we have created the delivery. Now you can see the orders in VA05. In the same way, you can see your open deliveries. This is very important transaction. Remember, for your lifetime, VL060. Okay, remember this transaction. This is very, very, very important. Okay, VL060, it is a transaction for delivery monitor. So execute VL060 and execute. So this is delivery monitor. So I wanted to see how many deliveries that are there for picking, or I wanted to see how many deliveries that are there still pending for loading, or how many deliveries that are there for goods issue. Okay, a delivery would be still open. Okay, a delivery is open until and unless you do post goods issue. Till the time you do post goods issue, till that time this delivery is in open status. Okay, so now just I'll go and see maybe okay, as I said, the delivery would be open until I do the goods issue. Till that time the delivery would be open, or you can go from this transaction. Okay, maybe just you can use this transaction, list of outbound deliveries. Okay, here you can see the deliveries that are there for this customer. Okay, until and till the time, okay, till the time your goods issue status okay, is completed. Okay, till the time your goods issue is done, completely processed, till that time this delivery would be in open status. Now just I will go and see how many deliveries that are open for this customer. Okay, maybe just I'll execute based on my sold to party. Okay, for this part sold to party, I wanted to see, or for this customer, I wanted to see how many deliveries are there. So this delivery is still in open status. Okay, this delivery is still in open status, or maybe just you can go for goods issue. I wanted to see uh, from this shipping point how many deliveries. Okay, just this is an input parameter which you can use. Okay, for this particular from this shipping point, how many deliveries that are yet to be done goods issue. Okay, just okay, just you need to change because we have changed the dates. Now just if you execute, you can see, okay, you can see this is the delivery what we have created. Okay, what we have created, okay, which is ready for goods issue. Okay, just why it is not coming, because it is not done, we have not done picking. So unless you do the picking, you cannot go for goods issue. So just I'll execute just this will give you the list of deliveries that are due for picking. The list of deliveries that are due for picking. Now just I'll go and I'll go to this delivery VL02N, and 8080 is my delivery. So I'll do the picking. Okay, even after doing the picking, if you go to the status of the delivery, even after doing the picking, and if you go to the status of the delivery, okay, maybe just I'll save. I have done picking, but I have not done goods issue. Okay, I'll go to the document flow. Okay, still it is in process. It is not complete. This, here order is completed because delivery is created, but this delivery is still in open status. It is not completed. So till the time you do goods issue, that delivery is treated as open delivery. So what are open deliveries? Open delivery means a delivery is created. Okay, a delivery is created, but no invoice has been created for this delivery. So okay, delivery is created, but no invoice has been created. Now I have done, I have created the delivery and I have created goods issue. Now whether this particular delivery is open or completed, whether this will come in open deliveries or not, whether this delivery comes in open deliveries or not. What is the definition of open delivery? A delivery is created but not invoice. Okay, invoice is not created for this delivery. So this will still be, okay, this will still be in open deliveries list only. Okay, open deliveries list only. So how do you can find open deliveries? Okay, there is a transaction VF04. Okay, there is a transaction VF04. This is an invoice transaction. Okay, this is an invoice transaction. It will give you the list of the deliveries. Okay, list of the deliveries that are yet to be invoiced. So all these would come in your open deliveries list. Okay, so just I wanted to see what are the open deliveries for this particular customer. Okay, I wanted to see what are the open deliveries for this customer. Okay, let me remove this. See, this particular delivery is still open. Okay, this particular delivery is still considered as open till the time you create invoice. Okay, where you can see your open deliveries, you can even see the open deliveries in VF04 transaction, which is your billing due list transaction. So your billing due list will give you list of open deliveries which are to be invoiced. Okay, billing due list transaction. So this will give you, what is billing due list? Due list is nothing but it gives you the list of deliveries that are due for billing. So in layman's understanding, your billing due list will give you the list of deliveries, okay, which are ready to be invoiced. So till that time, okay, till that time you create an invoice for this delivery, it will be considered as an open delivery itself. Till that time you create an invoice, it will be considered as your open delivery. Now open invoice means invoice is created for the delivery, but it's not posted to the accounting. Okay, now just be with me. In VOFM, that is your billing type controls, okay, you can decide whether to create till we have yesterday we have seen when we have created invoice, it has automatically posted to accounting, but you don't want system to post to accounting immediately. So you can, there is a option here, you can restrict here. Okay, once this invoice is created, you don't want system to post or you don't want system to generate accounting document, then just you can use this. Now just I have selected a posting block here. Okay, that means when I create an invoice, it is not automatically posted to the, it is not automatically posted to the accounting. Now just I'll go and create your I'll go and create invoice. So as of now, this delivery you can see in the billing due list. Okay, you can see it in the list. Now just I'll go and create an invoice for this one. I'll go and create an invoice. We have 01. This is the delivery for which I wanted to create an invoice. And I save it. Now, what is open invoice? So no accounting document generated. Why? Because we have already set a block. So just I will show you where you can see we have 03. So what is open invoice? Invoice is created, but the value is not passed to accounting. Okay, invoice, see a billing document blocked for forwarding to FI. It is not forwarded to FI for generating an accounting document. So what is open invoice? Invoice is created, but not accounting document is not generated. So where do you get this list? I wanted to get the list of invoices that are not passed to accounting. VFX3 is the transaction. Okay, VFX3. So here just you can see I wanted to know for this particular customer, how many invoices are created but not forwarded to accounting. So just I wanted to know for this customer, how many invoices are created but not passed to accounting. Just if you go here, if you see, you can see the invoice here in this list. Okay, you can see the invoice. Okay, this invoice is created but not forwarded. Okay, now before proceeding further, earlier we have seen the delivery in the billing due list. So what is billing due list? VF04 transaction. So if I execute now, you don't see anything. You don't see any delivery that is due for invoice, because for that delivery we have already created invoice. That's why it will not be updated here again. Now VFX3 is the transaction. Okay, remember these 5 transactions what I'm going. Okay, VFX3 is the transaction that will give you the invoices that are created but not released to accounting. So open invoice is nothing but you have created an invoice, but it has not passed to the accounting. It has not passed to the accounting. Now just I will release this particular invoice to accounting now. So how you can do it? You can manually do it. VF02. You can, this is the invoice what we have created. Now I am doing release to accounting. Okay, release to accounting. Now the accounting document will be created. Okay, accounting document, now it got created. Okay, so just now accounting document created. So now what is open item? So accounting document created, but not paid by the customer. It is still open. Okay, accounting document created but not yet paid by the customer. So where do you see open items? Yesterday we have discussed this transaction code. So that is the reason I have introduced this transaction yesterday itself. What is a transaction? To check customer open items. FBL5N. Do you guys remember yesterday we have discussed this transaction?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
FBL, sorry,
Fine.
FBL5N. So I wanted to, so your FBL5N will give you the list of documents that pass to accounting but it is not paid. So if I execute now, okay, so just a minute, I'll remove this one. So you can see we have created, what is this number? This is your accounting document number. Okay, just I will go to invoice. So we have 146013. So what is this number? Just if you go to the invoice, and if you go to the accounting document, my invoice number is 815. Okay, my invoice number is 815. Okay, 900815. But my accounting number is 146013. So in your open items list, okay, in your open items list, you can see based on your accounting document number. So for this customer, there is one open item which is created on this particular date. And yesterday even we have seen why 24 November will be updated as a due date. Yesterday we have seen why this date comes here. Okay, and now this is the value that is still pending. Okay, this is the value that is still pending. Now when you when the customer makes the payment, then it will go off even from your open item. Now let us make the payment. Okay. Now before that, what is the transaction where you can see the open items? Where you can see your open items? FBL 5N. You need to remember all these transactions. FBL 5N. Okay, FBL 5N is a transaction where you can see the open items. Now let us make the payment for this customer. Okay. Now, this is an FI transaction. Don't bother, just to make you understand how open items will be moved. Let us assume this customer has made the payment now. Okay, what is the amount? 20,000. And who is my customer? Okay, who is my customer? Now just let us assume he has already paid the amount, whatever that is pending. So open items will show you the customer outstandings, Now let us assume this customer has paid whatever that is pending. Okay, cash discount, leave about it. Because we have cash discount, I am unable to do the payment. Just a minute. What was the amount, the cash discount amount? I didn't remember. Okay, so once the payment is done, I am not sure why I am unable to do the payment. Just a minute. Okay. So once the payment is done, it will go off even from your open items. So in a particular transaction, you can have open orders. That means orders created but delivery is not done. Open deliveries, delivery is created but not invoice done. Open invoice, invoice is done but the accounting document is not created. Open item, the value is passed to accounting but not payment. Payment is not done by your customer. So any doubts on this? Because next 5 days, whatever we discuss, it is based on this. Any doubts? What are open orders, open deliveries, open invoices, and open items? Any doubts on this particular concept? Okay, good. Now, we have seen, yeah, please. Anyone has got any doubts? Okay. Now just we'll discuss the next risk category and we'll stop with this one today. Okay, now just we are discussing what is this risk category. Okay, we are discussing risk category. Now, what is your typical OTC cycle? Okay, what is my OTC cycle? First, I'll create order. Then I'll create delivery. In delivery, I'll do picking, and then just I do PGI, and then I create invoice. Okay, this is my typical order to cash cycle. Now, based on the customer, like I have customer A, I have customer B, and I have customer C. Now, the customer C is very high risk category customer. That means he is very new, and I'm not sure how he does payments. So just I wanted to risk this customer. I mean, I wanted to block this customer at the initial stage itself. So I will rate this customer as a high risk category. Just I have 3 customers. I'll rate this customer as high risk, maybe medium risk. I'll rate the second customer as medium risk, and I can have customers which are low risk customers. Low risk customers are the customers who are with me for a quite long period and who are actually making the payments in time. So just I'll treat them as low risk customers. Now, this risk category plays a role when in the credit management. So for what I will do is, whenever a high risk customer exceeds your credit limit, you can only stop for him placing an order. You don't want this customer to place a, you don't want this customer, you don't create a delivery for this customer, or you don't do PGI unless this customer pays the amount. Okay, if a limit exceeds, you will allow this customer only to place an order, but you will not do the delivery, or you will not do the goods issue. But for a medium risk customer, okay, for a medium risk customer, you will allow the system to create a order and delivery, but you will not issue the goods, okay, or you will not allow the customer to do the subsequent transactions. Maybe for a low risk customer, maybe you will allow doing goods issue, but you will stop creating invoice. Okay, so depending on the, just this is just an overview I have explained. We will discuss what is this in detail. Just this is just an overview. So depending on the risk category of the customer, you can decide whether this customer is allowed to create a delivery or order, or whether this customer is allowed to create a delivery, or for this customer whether we should dispatch the product or not, so on and so forth. We categorize the customers. We categorize the customers based on their risk appetite. Maybe just usually companies can go at a broader level, they will go with the 3 kinds of risk categories: high risk, medium risk, and low risk. Okay, or you can go with only high risk and low risk. It depends, but we'll take 3 risk categories. Now, do we have this field in Customer Master? Do we have this field? We have seen all the fields in Customer Master, but do we have this field in Customer Master? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Don't take it otherwise, but yeah, this is for our learning. Okay. Now, I'll go to the Customer Master. Show me where is this field. Guys, we are learning all together, so don't, nothing is wrong if if we cannot answer properly. Where is this risk category? So I wanted to categorize this customer as high risk category customer. So where do I can maintain in Customer Master? But I am very glad at least you tried. Okay, keep going. So just we are humans, we cannot be right all the times. Okay, now just now because you have given answer wrong, so now just you are going to learn it, so it will be there with you for your lifetime. Okay, we don't maintain risk categories directly in Customer Master. So these risk categories are created by your FI consultant. I'll show you tomorrow where we can actually create risk categories. Okay, a FI consultant will create the risk categories, and we maintain these risk categories at a different place. So maybe just we'll create our own risk categories. Maybe ours is a LG company, right? So L1 is my high risk category, L2 is my low risk category, and L3 is my low risk. Okay, so just that is the reason I have created 3 customers. So I'll categorize this one as L1 with risk category, this one with L2, and this one with L3, and we will see the result and we will see the impact of the risk category, how you process your credit management. Okay, so just I have already created these customers. Tomorrow we will see where we maintain risk categories or where we link risk category to the customer master. Okay, so risk categories is nothing but based on the customer payment history. Okay, per customer payment history, we categorize the customers accordingly, whether he is a high risk customer or a low risk customer or a medium risk customer. So we are going to use the same naming convention. Okay, just remember this. L1 is high risk customer. Okay, L1 is high risk customer, L2 is medium risk customer, and L3 is a low risk customer. So we are going to use this, okay, in our testing. So today, just to summarize, we have seen what value system will consider. It all depends on subtotal. We have seen what are the prerequisites for credit management, and we try to understand what is open orders, open deliveries, and open invoices and open items, and we try to see what are the respective transaction codes where we can see these list of open orders, open deliveries, and open items, and we try to understand what is risk category. Just what is risk category? But tomorrow we'll see where we configure this risk category and how we link this risk category to customer. That we will see tomorrow. Okay, and after that we'll understand what is centralized and decentralized, and what are update groups. So once we have the proper understanding of this, then you are 30% through with your credit management. So whatever we are going to discuss for next 4 days, okay, it all depends on this. So these are basics. So try to revise this video at least 2 to 3 times, and try to get familiarized with the words and come prepared for tomorrow's session. Okay, so I'll send this recording right after this meeting. Okay, any question, guys?
No, sir.
Okay, wonderful. So all the best and keep
Thank you,
learning.
sir.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye. 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 Bye.